All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, world.
What up,
Welcome
fam?
back to the show. We have our
Hello,
sixth
listeners.
episode, actually. Um, got a almost full house this time, which is good. Good to have some of the guys back after me and Gene running solo the past couple weeks.
We didn't
Uh,
miss you guys at all.
Can you hear the clap? Can you hear the clap?
yeah, holding it down for everybody. But
That's for
uh,
Colin, not for Gene.
Yes,
Big old
I
clap.
get no applause.
no pause. But yeah, so as always, if you, again, I forgot to do this last week, so remember this week,
Yeah, you
email
gotta
us
tell them
at
how to find
ATL,
us, man.
email us at atlhawksnest@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter, atlhawksnest. Yeah, hit us up with questions, concerns, comments. If you're interested, let us know. Let us know how we're doing.
We're
All
fun
right.
people, we promise.
Yeah, we're not scary at all. All right, so let's just jump into last week. Had a, I guess me and Gene discussed a little bit the T-Wolves game, so we won't count that within the losses, but went 1-2 last week, starting with the Wednesday win against the Pelicans. Anthony Davis less Pelicans, so.
Yeah, when you look back at the week, it's kind of deflating, honestly. You know,
Big time.
um, just overall.
We got out athleticized by the Wolves. That was probably the worst one for me.
Yeah, yeah, they're a problem. I mean, they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a pest to a lot of people this year. Um, but we played them. We played them all right. We played them all right.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those things where it was like they just looked sluggish. Um, like they looked like they had played more games than anyone else in the league. Because that's where we're at right now. We played by far the most, well, not by far, but we played the most games in the league so far. So
And we've
they
got
did
two.
look a little tired there.
And we've got two key guys. I mean, I think it's overlooked a little bit how these, Cephalosha and Corver are both coming back from major injuries. It's going to take them a little bit. Adam shared that awesome article last week, but it is going to take these guys a little bit to get, I guess, the trust for their body back down. Maybe that's contributing to a little bit of a sluggish start this year.
Yeah, it's just kind of inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's
Not to mention having
we.
to rotate the players and rest some guys. That doesn't help.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess you'll get that with trying to arrest people, just overall inconsistencies. But you can see the plan. You can see how we run our offense and what the offense looks like and how people fit in. Um, but last week I felt obviously the New Orleans win was great. It was good to get a win, but you know Blaze didn't play very well. Offense was hit or miss, more or less. I mean, Al was carrying us. I think he had 20 points in the first half, like 20 of the 41 in the first half, and was
Yeah.
just basically carrying us, doing everything.
Yep.
Um, and that's okay. That's okay because he can do that. But Friday we ran into. I feel like going into Boston on a Friday night for us, that's just going into like the Lions' den, and they're a well coached team. Brad Stevens, I really like him as a coach,
Yeah,
and they always play us well.
Yeah, I think we've all, touched on. I think everybody here has respect for Brad Stevens as a coach. He's definitely getting it done up there, which good for him. But man, fuck Boston.
Fuck the Boston, yeah. I think we
you know,
Somewhere else.
yeah,
we
ever
definitely
since
share that
those old
sentiment.
like Dominique, Larry Bird matchups, and then early when the Hawks just started coming back to the playoffs, that 1 versus 8 series where they almost took them, took them the
Yeah.
distance. It's definitely been a good rivalry, that's for sure.
I don't think it's going anywhere. Definitely not.
I got
Yeah,
something we
no,
could talk about. Going back to that Pelicans game real quick.
yeah,
I think the Pelicans made 11 threes in the first half, 11 for 18.
Yeah, they
And
were lights out.
yeah, I mean, that's maybe just a team on fire, but I feel like overall our 3-point defense could be better. What do you guys think about
Absolutely.
that?
Yes.
I agree. Yeah, I mean it's that was kind of when we lost to the Cavs last year in the playoffs, and that was one of the things we had to clean up was that 3-point shooting. That kind of worked the ball around to that open man, and they're hitting those shots. Like we're still giving that same shot up that beat us in that Cavs series. It was offensive rebounding, which we've cleaned up a little bit. It's been a little bit better. Um,
Not
but
much.
yeah, yeah. I mean, depending on the matchup, right? It's been a little bit better.
Yeah,
Obviously, that Utah game not great, but
Yeah.
they yeah, that 3-point it's not gotten better.
Are
Yeah,
we
our
are we
closeout.
helping on defense too much? Like, are we like drop it down into the lane on the drives too much, or double teaming too quick? It's just, I don't know.
I've been trying to watch it here and there, and it just looks like the closeouts on the they're kind of over helping in some instances and breaking down the closeouts on the other side. Like if there's a driving kicker, the ball's reversed, that help side guy, that second or third guy, not he's just not they're over helping. They're trying to help too much, you know, and it's putting him out of position.
Yeah, that's what it seems
Yeah,
like.
for me, it seemed like they're kind of playing that like blitzing defense where they're like because they pop out. Al and Paul are so mobile that they're popping out and showing on that pick and roll ball handler so high out. And that can leave some shooters open on your backside, but it can also get you a bunch of steals too. Where I think we're either top 2 in steals this year. And if you look, I mean, that Minnesota game was kind of terrible, but when they started to make that comeback, it was, I don't know how many steals they had. It was kind of
Yeah.
insane. But
Yeah.
they're getting, there's a lot of long arms out there. They're getting in a lot of lanes and causing turnovers and getting those fast break points and stuff. But part of it's kind of a risk reward, and if you're not hitting on the reward, the risk is that open 3-point shots that I think we're seeing a lot this year.
And it feels like we're not putting together, I don't know, that game plan for 4 quarters. We're kind of adjusting to what other teams are doing so far this year, and maybe that's just figuring out the new roster for us and where guys are out on the court. But what I see a lot is like Minnesota. Okay, well we played some crap quarters there, but once we locked in on what we were doing defensively, we were able to make that run. And I want to see a game where we're able to just go out, have our game plan, and have the other team adjust to what we're doing for 4 quarters.
One good thing is we've made the most 2-point shots in the NBA, if that means anything.
What's our field goal percentage there?
For twos,
Yeah.
52%, which is third.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I see
So
we're second, we're second in
well, at
steals.
least we know we can get it too,
Second
and
steals.
I think that's also a good observation because Kyle, I've definitely noticed him going off the dribble more and adding more of a mid-range game, and more of a pull-up game to his overall repertoire.
Yeah.
He's mixing it up a little bit because you see teams definitely try and close out on him on the three-pointer. Like, you want to see a proper closeout, watch any team with a good defender play us. and I guarantee you they're closing on Kyle Korver exactly how you teach it. But he's been mixing up his game, going off the dribble, giving him different looks, and that's been really positive to see in his game
Yeah,
as he gets healthy.
I think that's like in response again. I think a lot of things you're seeing or they're trying to do is in response to that the playoffs at the end there. They when you look at like how the Cavs played Kyle Korver before he got injured in that series, like he couldn't get an open look to save his life, and so I think this is kind of his counter to that to a degree.
I read an article a week or so ago about using the new Sports VU stat tracking, that the space between Korver and the nearest defender on his 3-point shot has gone down. Like, I don't remember exactly, but I think it's gone down from 3-something feet to 2-something feet this season. Like, so they're playing them even tighter this year than they were last year so far.
It's crazy.
And
Yeah, I saw that somewhere too.
That could get to a little bit of what Steve was talking about before about, he's still, we're kind of forgetting because he's running around doing all these things out there that he might not be 100% or like back to like full fitness yet because of the surgery. But it also might be defenses are playing him differently too. And they have to adjust off of that. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
like Rodney Hood, we were at that game and he could not get free. Like Gene's saying, he broke down that little elbow jumper, and it was awesome to see. Be able to switch up the offense a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's there's a lot to work on, which is kind of to be expected at the beginning of the season. And all things considered, they're 8-4. It's not terrible. Obviously, you'd want a little bit better, but given how many games they played early on and still trying to work people in, and a couple of injuries. Teague was out last game. Going to be out again on Tuesday.
Do you guys think there's any fall off, and maybe it's not? Maybe it's just kind of an excuse maybe I'm thinking of, but this is the first year Bud's now both player personnel. I know he's got help, but he's the show right now. Head coach, GM, he's running everything, and yeah, I mean it's too early to speculate necessarily, but maybe he's he's not able to scout the teams well enough, or his assistant coaches haven't been able to bring the game plan as well as he has. But do you guys feel that his new expanded role has contributed to kind of the inconsistencies we've seen so far?
I don't know.
I think it would be I think it would be a little too early right now to say that. I'd say maybe if by the end of the year we don't deep enough, or the eighth, the seventh, eighth, and ninth guys can't step in if we have injuries to beat a Cleveland or something like that, then that's when I think you could question his GM skills, like those extra hats that he's wearing, because we're not going to know. We're not going to know unless we don't have something.
Yeah, I don't
think that's Steve's. Yeah.
My point is the coaching, like the game planning.
The game plan itself.
Yeah, I mean the GM thing proves itself over time, exactly like what you're saying. But the attention to detail and having your guys ready night in, night out, has some of that role been passed off to the assistant coaches, and it maybe we're just in a little transition period as far as that goes. Because I really don't feel like I really feel like we're playing two other teams this year, whereas last year in our losses, whereas last year it was the other teams always constantly making the adjustments for us.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
It's like we're stuck in the mud a bit.
Yeah. People have brought up the Damari Carroll thing, him not being here. There's probably something to that, I would say, but I'm not really too sure.
You know, for
It,
for me, I think it's like more um, more that like I feel like we caught the league by storm last year. I don't think a lot of people were expecting how the offense was going to look last year because it was radically different from what they were able to do the year before that. And so I think teams are more prepared for what we are having, and so I think the adjustment that we may be seeing is that Bud is you're right, like he's not making other teams do like game plan for us yet, but and maybe that's part of his growth as a coach. We kind of forget that he's only been a head coach for the past few years, and it's so
Yeah.
I think he's still got some room to grow as a coach to figure that kind of stuff out.
in a way, though, the GM skills tie into his ability to perform as a coach. Like this might be a good segue into the Tim Hardaway Jr. fiasco so far. I mean,
Perfect
he only
segue.
can coach with what he has to work with, and if he set himself up to fail with a poor trade, uh, I don't know. That's one option,
No, I
one
think
way of looking at it.
you're right on to something. I mean, Shelvin Mack getting extended minutes is not looking good
I
right
was
now.
laughing last night. I was
Yeah.
literally sitting there laughing, like, why we're running out Shelvin Mack. I mean, I can get it if we're trying to rest guys, but Tim Hardaway has been resting for like 6 weeks. So,
He's been resting since the last April or
yeah,
whenever
since the
that
end of last
locked
season. So, I'm gonna need to see what this guy has. I mean, you can't. It, it, it's got to be something deeper because we know he can shoot. We know I've seen him shoot. I've seen the guy play basketball. It's got to be something bigger than that. It's got to be something. It's got to be he doesn't get something. Um, he doesn't know where to be. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it.
It has to be something to do with like not understanding concepts or like the concepts of the offense or defense or whatever it is. Like it's got to be
It's
something
got to
because
be. I'd say if anything, it's probably his defense. I mean, like he doesn't understand where to be, the rotations. You know, it's got to be something on the defensive end because we know he can. We know he can shoot. We know he can play.
yeah, it's just it's hard. And I hate to keep harping on this every week, but I think we're gonna have to until we see something. Like it's we gave up a decent first round pick who could have
Been a
we always
multitude
look,
of players.
it's potential, and we'd be talking about potential, but
Or we could have traded
potential
it
is
somewhere else to someone for somebody else.
yeah.
What did he see to get him to not play him? That's the thing. Like you wore the GM hat. You got the guy. He was under. Danny Ferry didn't get this guy. You got this guy. Um,
Where are the articles on this? Like, as many writers there
or
are
was
there
he the
now? I
GM
haven't heard
when?
any noise about this.
Was he the
Yeah.
GM when they did the Hardaway trade yet, or was?
No, Bud was in charge, I'm pretty sure. But
Okay,
no,
so
I think Adam brings up a really good point though. Like I it's one thing that like he hasn't been playing, but we haven't heard anything about it. Like there's no like have any of you seen any
no,
like information about it at all?
Nothing.
no, and I live on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not from beat writers, not from like somebody just randomly hearing it from a friend and like tweeting it out. Like it's like radio silence.
Seriously.
Oh.
I don't get it. You ain't got this guy. You traded a pretty in this draft. It was a pretty deep draft. It was a pretty deep draft, and you could have had. There were still a lot of talented guys that could be helping what we need right now,
Yeah, or helping the future. I don't.
or helping in the future.
Whatever it is. It's weird. It's a weird situation.
So, hold on. I wanted to look up his contract, but
We might have to try to initiate some of the try to make it a story this week. I don't know. Put it out there on the Twitter airwaves and reach out to everybody we're connected to. I want to know. I need answers.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything from anybody about Hardaway.
yeah.
Yeah, no like practice reports, no nothing, nothing at all.
It's like he doesn't
Maybe
exist, and yet I get Mike Scott every night. What? I'm so confused.
Sheldon Mack was a -11 in the last game. By the way.
Dude, Adam,
It felt like a
it,
-20.
yeah, we were there, man. It was
Minus
wa-
20 piece chicken
watching him
McNugget.
watching him play basketball in real life. It was so depressing. It was just depressing.
A minus 20 piece McNugget. He has to
Oh,
get you chicken McNuggets and give them to you. He played
So
so
bad. He played so ugh. Like he hit a shot here and there. Like he hit this weird off-footed, weird-sided floater. I was just like,
For
ugh.
the main, I'll say this with I'll try to swallow my hate a little bit here. Just from a professional standpoint, if you know that you are the dude, you're the backup point guard for that night, at least look a little more prepared. When he first came in, he looked completely lost on offense.
Yep.
Completely. I mean, looked asleep. And when you have
Yeah,
his
well,
skill set, I mean, you got to be ready.
so one last thing, I guess, on the Tim Hardaway thing is that if he doesn't play against the Nets on Tuesday, because Bazemore and Teague are both sitting that game,
That's a good point.
DEF CON levels.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. It's the perfect
It's like
opportunity.
there's no reason he should not play on
And,
Tuesday.
I mean, and if you want to bring in salaries, okay. I mean, like he's making more than Tavares, Muscala, Lamar Patterson, Justin Holiday. He's making more than all those guys, and he's making more next year and an option year. You know, he's still. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. The
It's just
thing that
wasting
confuses
money.
me the most too, especially about that trade, is looking and seeing that signing of Justin Holiday, who's fit in well with this squad and he's played well and given them decent minutes off the bench. I don't know. It seems
Yeah.
like it's a little
If
bit redundant
if
at
anything,
that
yeah, they're
point.
the same freaking player.
No. So
So I
yeah,
don't know.
I don't know.
It's just weird to me. This is very weird.
I'm ready to see something. I'm ready to anything, even bad or good. Just get the man on the court.
Hey man, so this Steve, this article that you sent with Hardaway, that has to be a Photoshop jersey because he hasn't actually played,
He
right?
hasn't played. Yeah, it's got
So
to be.
they got him in a
So
He
Hawks
played, he
there's a
played in
lot to
preseason,
discuss
right?
here. There's a lot
they
to
got him in a
discuss.
Hawks jersey dribbling the ball. I'm like, I haven't seen that.
No, he
Yeah,
played in the preseason though, right? So
not.
that's
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
they
he
give
played
people mouth
preseason.
guards in the preseason? Because his are about to fall out.
I mean, yeah, that picture is obviously fake. That's all I'll say.
He has some Mondo eyebrows. They're gigantic.
I think it's funny. Well, those are probably also photoshopped. There's gotta be.
Yeah.
photoshopped eyebrows.
ATL all day. It's pretty funny.
All day.
All day.
Every day.
This article basically. I mean, I shared it because I thought the website had a nice name, ATL all day. But it's all like my point with sharing this article, and I know the listeners, y'all can't read it right now, but we will tweet it out after the show. It's basically like what we're doing. It's speculation. You know, let's get this guy in and just see what he's got. Please, at least from a fan's perspective. I don't know.
I want to see what he can add to my team. You know, if he's going to make my team better. You know, you made a move to get better. Did we get better with this trade? No. Not in the first 12 games or 13 games.
Okay, here I'm gonna hit some. Here's something that was posted by Adam's boy Vive L'Amour about a week and a half
Just shaking
ago.
his head over there.
Fair or unfair, I don't care. This is something I wasn't completely aware of, but okay. One, Hardaway dealt with a wrist issue while with the Knicks last season. It cost him games with the Knicks, and it was an injury that had to be dealt with over the summer.
You're gonna be dealt with.
So, okay, wrist injury.
Wonder how he injured his wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs to tell me he needs to switch it up every now and then.
So is he? If he's hurt, then they have to say he's hurt. Like he can't hide the fact that he's hurt.
I mean, but was his hurt an excuse to not get better?
So you're saying he's officially mailed in his rookie contract and he doesn't give a anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what else? I mean, it's not like a guy's talent. Somebody, I can understand if you're playing baseball and you just can't hit the ball anymore, you lose your control as a pitcher. But I feel like basketball, from what I've seen over the years, is guys fall out because they don't give a shit anymore. It's not like you lose your shot or your skill set. Maybe you lose your confidence, but most of the time it's because the league moved past you, and maybe he took a summer off and it's moved past him a little bit. Or maybe it's like Greg Pop with when he was calling him fatty pills, Yeah, he showed up to camp as a fat little bitch. He had to get in shape. That's a direct quote. I'm finding that.
Yes, I saw that site. Yeah, I mean,
it's interesting though, because I feel like he's been he's been great towel waver on the bench. He's been really into the games and stuff, waving that towel around, getting hype and all that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe you can check out and still do that though. I don't really know. Can't speak to that.
I think Colin called it. I think he's got to play tomorrow night in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What's the so are we betting? We're making this interesting. Are we gonna have a pool? Should we start a pool of when his first game will be?
Yeah, let's throw it out to the listeners. Let's see what they have to say about this.
Yes, one listener, please.
Hey, you know what? I'm treating this podcast like I got 1 million listeners.
You know what? You're right, Steve. Everyone,
I'm already
all
on top
of the lovers of our show.
I've got a ATL podcast, but we've got an ATL podcast, coast to coast, covering all the topics that people aren't talking about. Hardaway, I'm Space Ghost on this shit.
Space Ghost, coast to coast.
So yeah, like we were saying, we're gonna put it up on the Twitter and we're gonna vote on this. We're gonna copy GM, coach, president, vice president, Bud on it too.
I think we should reach out to Bob Rathbun. I think he has the pulse of the team at the tip of his fingers. I think he'll know. I think he's the source.
Laura, our actual second listener, is throwing out Steve Holman. She feels like since he doesn't have to listen to Neek, that he might have better perspective.
Man, speaking of not having to listen to Neek, yeah, that's listening to the Stinger versus listening to Glenn to Neek, it's almost refreshing.
Let's talk about this.
And this has been a huge, long-standing issue. This is nothing new, We love Neek. We love Neek.
We love what he brought to the team. He built the highlight factory. We all know this.
We know this.
Is Splitter that much better, or is just Neek that bad? That needs to be addressed first.
I don't know.
It's probably both.
Yeah.
It's probably a little both, because honestly, I think I remember Stinger actually starting to stink, and then that's when he got the old hee-ho. Who took? I gotta remember this, but I forget who took over for him.
Smitty?
Yeah, I think it was Smitty. It might have been Neek, actually.
Yeah, no, Smitty was before Stinger.
Yeah, I think it was Stinger then Neek.
They should
But
swap places. Neek should go up into the booth or whatever and put Stinger
No,
down on the
he likes
sidelines.
being courtside.
Yeah, well, it's like that whole like Charles Barkley thing. Like Charles Barkley's done a couple like sideline games, and he's like
just
as the
bad.
color commentator, and he's bad. Like so maybe it's that same situation. He just needs to go be in a studio where he can
I don't
ramble
know.
Put
on
him
or
on
whatever.
NBA TV. That's in Atlanta. Put him on one of those NBA TV shows. That where he gets a lot take Isaiah Thomas. He does a pretty good job. But I mean, if you want to add something, add him to the show with Isaiah and Matt Weiner.
Yeah, I could
The
see
thing
that.
is, when you hear Neek in interviews or whatever doing a documentary, he comes across as intelligent and has good things to say. But it's like Colin said, you stick him on the sideline, it's just like, again, what I was saying is, and again, like I said,
Did you see?
it's
Did you
just like,
see ATL Hawks Reddit? Their bingo, their Dominique bingo card.
no.
Oh my God, it was so funny. So it has like all of his sayings on it, and it was whenever he says it, you get a spot on the bingo card. Oh, I
So
favorited it. I
a
need to
drinking
find it.
game basically is what you're saying. The
Yeah.
Dominique
Or
drinking game.
or
Because
you could
bingo
you could
is lame.
definitely turn it into a drinking game.
That would be pretty fun, actually.
I'm gonna look it up right
need
now.
to try that.
Every time Dominique says again or rhythm shot, take a drink.
Yo, yeah, that's his shot right there. That's his shot.
That's exactly how he says that shit too. Did you all see when they had you all might have been you were at this game, so but when they had Big Boy on there and they were talking to him for part of the game, that was pretty entertaining.
We didn't see the interview. I heard he was trolling Neek a good bit.
Yeah, he was. It was pretty funny. The whole interaction was hilarious. Rathbun, whenever he has to interact with like some rapper or something, is just priceless. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
um,
I like how Big Boy made all of those other clown rappers that performed before the show look like idiots. Like his flow is so crisp, and it's like a recording. But all these other guys with their pants down and skinny guys with, I don't know all their names. That's not like an old man right now, but
No.
I was gonna say, get off my
everybody
yard.
else I've seen rap before these games is terrible.
Get off my
no,
lawn.
there's a big difference.
Get off my yard. Get off my property.
There's a big difference. I know we're all getting a little older, but there's a big difference between a good rap artist and then somebody. I mean, you can tell, and you can always tell live, like who's good live. A good hip hop artist is good live. If they're terrible live, it means you're a terrible artist. Like just period. All the guys I've seen who have been good artists are amazing live. There's no excuse.
I will say that it's like, I know just being down at the arena this year and last year, for me it's a lot more fun. It doesn't feel so stuffy inside the arena, and these concerts and like getting the hometown guys down there has basketball side has made a big difference. It's just fun.
That's good.
There you go.
That's what you want out of your games too, I mean, you got to give the, with the, there's been a lot of talk about how like HD TVs kind of like cut into the business side of that because you can get such a good picture watching at home and everything. So you gotta make it an event, you got to make it a reason for people to come out. And
Yeah.
good that the leadership is, Stevie K. Our boy Stevie K doing good things, making good decisions with, trying to get some of the artists in there and make it an event to come out and see a Hawks game.
I read when he first came on as partial owner and the role he's in. He was talking about how he's got his son was a sophomore down at Georgia or something like that. And he would get his son and bring all of his friends over and have them watch Hawks games, and they would all hang out. And he got a lot of suggestions from his son, from his kids, and their friends. And I mean, mad props to him for kind of thinking outside the box and hearing other voices and hearing what people, you know, especially our generation and the one before us, what they're going to want to spend their money on.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was kind of a big part of that whole like fiasco with the ownership and everything, but it's good that Stevie K's got to stick around and keep up the imprint on the business side of things and everything. So it's good to see.
Yeah, I'm looking at this bingo, and I
It's freaking hilarious.
I see easy call by the ref. Okay, thanks, Deke.
I told you, man.
Weather the storm. Whoa, man. Maybe this is what
Sheldon
Nick
Mack
is
really
using.
got me.
Maybe this is what Nick is using.
Yeah, this is his his cheat sheet. This is his color commentary cheat sheet.
Sheldon Mack is pro, yeah.
I didn't even notice that one, Sheldon Mack. It's not even his name.
That's going up
That's
on
not
the
a rhythm shot right there.
Oh my god. Yeah, Gene, you got to tweet that out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because that's fantastic. You all definitely take a look at this. Make it into a drinking game because it's pretty hilarious.
We love you, Nick.
we do love you, Nick.
Yeah, come drink with us with your own drinking game.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Man, that's like a new dream of mine, I think, now.
There you go.
To drink with Nick while he talks. Oh, that would be good.
They say he used to be like the party master of Atlanta back when he was playing for the Hawks. Other
bet.
teams would come in town and he would take them out and wine them, dine them at Magic City, and then they wouldn't be able to play the next day.
That surprises me not at all.
I mean, inside tactics, man. You gotta get that edge. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, for sure. Man, fuck Giovanni Bernard. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm losing right now.
What's happening?
Well, I need Tyler Eifert to do something. Me and Joel were basically tied going into this evening. Giovanni Bernard versus Tyler Eifert. And it's not going well for me so far.
It's just because he got 3 touchdowns last week. Suck it.
Yeah.
He has been pretty boomer bust, that's for sure. You're just salty. You're just salty. You know I would have beat you regardless.
I'm salty as hell right now.
All right, so we got another 3-game week coming up. Like we were saying, got the Nets. Hopefully we'll be seeing a little Tim Hardaway then. Then we got the Kings at home.
The Kings.
Boogie Cousins. Oh my God. Ronda's been
show
terrible.
right now.
That's it. Something. Been a big game against the Cavs on Saturday at Cleveland.
It's a big
I
game.
hope Teague and Bazemore are healthy for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, get healthy, get rested, rest the next couple games, and then be ready to roll out on the Cavs. It's a big game.
Yeah, we don't really need him for the next 2 games.
We got Thursday and Friday off before the Cleveland game, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesday, but
we're in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we've kind of. It's been kind of a pressing issue, not pressing issue, but we played a lot of games and not a lot of time. A lot of 3 and 4s and 4 and 5s. Here and there, it seems. But it'll be nice to get a couple of days off Thursday and Friday.
Big time.
Yeah.
Steve,
So,
where'd you get that quote from? Do you want to read it to the listeners real quick?
Yeah, so this is something kind of along that same. It is from that same thread from Adam's boy over at the AJC. We'll go ahead and get him his props during the tweet, but this is going back to what we were discussing with Hardaway and all the speculation going on. This quote straight out of Bud, but quote, "There's real competition. Those guys are competing for minutes, competing for opportunities. Right now, those other two guys, Patterson and Holiday, have shown a little bit more and have been given that position and opportunity. Tim is going to have to earn his way into his opportunity. We feel that he will." End quote. So first thing I take away from that is the opportunities there. That's good. Second of all, I feel like Holiday's been playing very well. So Hardaway's, the competition is stiff for that, opportunity.
Yeah, maybe he's just not good enough right now. Maybe that's just it.
I guess we wouldn't be so upset about it if we hadn't traded our first-round pick,
Yeah, I would not care at all if we
I'd
hadn't
be
given
happy
up a
that the other
first-round
two
pick
were
for it.
playing well.
Like maybe they would have traded like Shelvin Mack and some trash and like a pack of bagels or something.
Yeah, it's at this point, are you hiding your bad decision or are they really competing?
Yeah.
Yeah, trade a case of Hopsic or trade a case of Tropicalia and Shelvin Mack for him. I don't know, the Tropicalia, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm not putting Mack and the Tropicalia in the same plane.
Yeah, I'm keeping that Trop, man. Like that's a no-go. A no-go.
Yes, listeners, if you haven't had it and you're in Atlanta, try Tropicalia beer. It's amazing. You will not be disappointed.
By Creature Comforts.
Creature Comforts out of Athens, Georgia. Have some.
It's delicious. Once it hits your lips.
We're gonna have to tweet them too.
Yeah, seriously, tweet at them. That's for sure. Name dropping on the show.
I know, right?
We've dropped a product every show for sure.
Yeah, we need some of that internet money. Help us out. atlhawksnest@gmail.com. PayPal donations.
We have no qualms. We will pimp whatever product you want.
You know what? I feel like when this podcast makes it is when when the actual ATL Hawks looks at our logo and says, "You can't use that." When that happens, we know we're good.
Yeah.
That's when you know you made it right, when they talk about copyright.
We'll keep the banner up for now.
We'll wave it proudly.
All right.
I do want to talk about a nice, I guess, blooper of the week. Colin, I think you might have seen it, but it was Muscala's missed dunk.
Oh yeah. What
was that about?
That was one of my notes from the Pelicans game.
Holy crap! That was almost. It was a historic miss. It was a historic miss. I felt like it was backbreaking, but he did come back and he made a 3-pointer, which was redeeming.
I couldn't believe he tried it.
So he did redeem himself a little bit, but yeah, he tried to throw that down. And Moose, man, you gotta know your personnel. I'll just say it like that. You just gotta know your personnel, man.
Man, so that was pretty bad. Go look it up if you haven't. That reminded me that we didn't pick a Bum Juice Player of the Week.
Ooh, I got one.
But really, it's Luke Babbitt again, right?
No, it's 100% Omar Asik.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
There is no
doubt about it.
1,000,000%.
We can nominate Luke Babbitt because he is trash, but Bum Juice Play of the Week.
Nope.
I mean, there's really no second. I mean.
Is this a segue into Gene's boy?
He played. It could be. But anyways, I would like to point out he played 20 minutes and only took one field goal attempt that he missed. So there's that.
He was at 0 on his plus minus. I think he got lucky.
Yeah,
I feel like that's luck more than anything.
Well, that's because they hit 11 3-pointers in the first half, probably.
Yeah, probably. While you're still in there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah.
it's definitely him.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, talk about a player that got paid and stopped trying.
Completely mail the rest of it in, man.
Well,
I don't know
also,
if
I
it was
think,
ever there.
yeah, I think part of it, right, like Steve was saying, he's just bad. He's just not good at basketball, and he never was.
I don't know how he got covered up when he was with Houston.
I don't know, man. Sometimes being 7 feet tall is all you need. Ask
No.
Andres Beardrins.
Oh, don't stop it. I'm not gonna listen to this crap. He had injuries. His career was derailed.
Wait, are you trying to defend Beardrins right now?
Dude, Steve is a total Beadrins guy. He is a Beadrins guy.
Yeah, he's one of my guys.
All right, man. That's
No, I know it's wrong. I'm not trying to defend that. I'm an idiot. I will never try to defend that.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
he's good. But I think that's Omar Asik is definitely Andres Beardrins.
He has the potential to take like back-to-back busts of the week if he gets playing time.
Yeah, he's bad. He didn't play in that first game we played against him, did he? I'm pretty sure he didn't play at all.
No, I don't think so.
No, did
Omar
not play.
suck. Am I right?
No, he didn't play. And yeah, he took 20 minutes, one attempt, missed it. 4 out of 6 from the line.
Yep, that's gonna stick. That's for sure.
But yeah.
All right. So do we want to do? Does anyone else have anything I want to share before we get into our little fun end of episode thing? Any other topics?
If I had some cool sound effects, I'd play them right now. I'm working on that, trying to incorporate it.
Yeah, once we get that sponsorship money, then, sound effects will be they're going to be lit, man. It's going to be
Conference, if you would like to sponsor us, gladly take a sponsorship.
Yes.
Please.
Send me some beers out here in California, please.
So what? Okay, so what do we think we're gonna get? Go this week. Let's let's get some predictions out there.
Oh yeah, for record wise.
Yeah, we gotta get, and we're gonna start tracking this. We're gonna start tracking it as of today.
All right, Gene, you gotta keep note of this for us. Write it down somewhere.
Done. It is already being written.
What you got?
Okay. So at Brooklyn, win. Sacramento, win. At Cleveland, win. We're gonna go 3-0 by the time.
Got it. Going 3-0.
Our next podcast, 3-0. I'm calling it right now.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. That's bold. I'm gonna be less because I was real cocky last week, and then we went out and didn't go undefeated like I thought we were going to. So I'm gonna go 2-1 with the loss to the Cavs.
All right.
Especially if Teague's not back in the lineup or Bazemore's out of the lineup or whatever. So, yep, 2-1.
Adam.
Yeah, I'm gonna mirror Collins' prediction. Win-win loss, unfortunately. That hurts me to predict a loss because
Yeah.
I'm always optimistic about the Hawks, but
I'm trying to reverse jinx it though.
I don't see it happening. 3-0.
3-0. That's right, Steve. That's right.
The bus is leaving the station.
Yeah, you guys are left behind.
See versus the Celtics, which, by the way, Tuesday, November 24th, that's going to be a lit game, I feel.
Boston, Atlanta might try and go.
Yeah.
LeBron needs a Becky out of me.
Yeah.
hate the Celtics.
Also true.
Yep. Hate the Celtics. That's for sure. All right. So kind of what we've been me and Gene have been running the past couple weeks, doing a fun little exercise at the end. So
We like to keep it fun here because we're
yeah,
fun people.
We've
like
been
it.
playing
I
a
like
lot
it.
of Smash Brothers lately. The Wii U Smash
Which, by
Brothers.
the way, are we playing tonight for a little bit, maybe, or
I
what?
feel like we should. Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta use Ryu against you guys. So.
Make sure you
All right.
tell the listeners correctly, though, Colin. You guys have been losing in a lot of Smash Brothers.
Dude, whatever.
To this guy.
Whatever, dude. I haven't played in like
last
a month
time.
since the last
No, I
time we
didn't.
played, and I got
It was
rolled.
pretty
Whatever. All right. Whatever, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Colin didn't win one, did he?
Yeah, you know what? I
What?
played like 3 games.
What?
Yeah, all right. Straight up, I'm making excuses right now, but let's go. We're just making excuses. We're
But
gonna
we'll
eat some
play.
tacos and then beat your all's ass in some Smash Brothers.
Tacos and Smash. Let's do it.
Tacos and Smash Brothers. Anyway, so what I want to kind of run through here is if you had to pick for our starting lineup, Al, Paul, Kyle, Blazemore, Teague, which Smash Brothers characters are they? So I have mine written down, so I'll go ahead. So I got Teague as Fox, obviously, fast as shit.
I thought
Gets
about that.
stuff done.
Okay.
Bazemore, Little Mac, because he's new, kind of, Little Mac's new to the series this time, comes with the hotness, but can completely whiff every now and then.
Okay.
We got Kyle Corver, Samus Aran, because he's a sniper, long range. And we all know Adam likes to just sit on the side of the level and just
All
shoot at people.
day.
Sniper with Samus. Not mix
Charge
it
it
up
up.
at all.
Charge
So
it
there we
up.
go. Yep. We got Paul Millsap as
Sore
I got-
losers.
I got Paul as a Link because he's steady, kind of gets all the things done you need to done.
Okay.
One of the stars of the team. Although nobody really plays as Link in our group, but
I
lots of
used to
people.
play with him. Actually, I start on the 64, the first one. I started playing as Link.
Yep. And then Al as El Capitan, the captain of the squad, Captain Falcon, keeping it live.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
I like
Okay.
that.
I got a similar, Colin. It's funny. Kind of like what you're saying with like steady, like Millsap. I wrote down Gabe and Watch just because, he kind of flies under the radar. He'll give you that double. Just where'd that? I'm at late in the third quarter. Paul's got another double. Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah. Night in, night out. Shrewd. I put down as Toon Link just because he's young and he looks fresh in that shell shading with his hair. Horford, I threw down as Ike because he's got the boss sword. Corver's actually going to be Samus, shooting that outside shot. And then Teague is my Little Mac. And Blazemore is Captain Falco. I know Shrewd isn't technically in the starting lineup, but I felt like he should have.
That's a good choice.
I feel like he should get a character.
That's a good choice as well. Anybody else got different stuff, different things they want to add on that?
I like yours, Colin. Yours is pretty damn accurate.
Yeah, in full honesty, I've been thinking about that all day. I was like,
I misinterpreted the rules a little bit, but I actually kind of went looks, and for some reason
You went looks? All right, well, let's hear looks.
Well, I
Let's
didn't.
hear looks. This
I
is
didn't
good.
even I didn't get through the whole roster by any means, actually. So far, all I got is Justin Holiday reminds me of Olimar.
Okay.
I don't know why. He kind of has like a little bit of a round nose, and
I'm looking it up.
I can see it. I can see it right now. Yeah, I gotta pull it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to work on the rest of them this week.
All right, get back to us next week on what you got.
I also, which last week I think I did. If you had to associate Hawks with BC Voice songs, what would they be?
Oh yeah, that's pretty
wow.
nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So if you want to know what I said, look it up because.
Oh, I already know what Al
Al
Horford is. That was way too easy.
What's that?
Funky boss, get off my back.
Boom.
For Horford?
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Who is
Pretty
that?
sure-
Perfect.
I'm
Steve,
pretty
who is
sure.
that?
That's holiday season, son.
The holiday season.
It's from some video game. It was just hilarious.
Whoa.
Oh man.
What game is that?
That looks like
being
NBA
live.
Jam '99.
Oh my god.
Fucking-
NBA Live
the
95.
worst basketball game ever. NBA Jam '99 in Nintendo 64 is the worst basketball game of all time, and it's not even close.
You know what game is
The one
awesome
with-
for N64 though? NBA Hang Time. That shit
Yes,
is
that is a good game.
good game. All
it,
right.
it was the one with Keith Van Horn on the cover, which you should have already known that was going to be trash.
Oh man.
But I digress.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up there because I'm itching to go play some Smash Brothers now. So let's go take care of this. Yeah, again, thanks for listening to the show. We have been
Tell them where to find
your
us.
ever gracious host. Again, if you have any questions, you want to get some names so you can run with us in Smash and get your stuff sent back to you, that's totally fine. Hit us up. So hit us up at atlhawks@gmail.com, atlhawks@gmail.com, or at atlhawksnest. At atlhawks, what am I saying? atlhawksnest@gmail.com, at atlhawksnest. Sorry, messing stuff up.
You got it.
Anyways, hit us up. Please join us again next week. Come back. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. And go Hawks.
Thank you, listeners. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Peace.